Hey, I think I'm live. This is my first Facebook Live experience, so forgive me if I didn't. It took me a couple minutes, but I'm going to start off with the first song from an album that I put out just about a year ago. It's called Call Me Sometime. Used to have a heart, but I had to cut it loose. Now there's nothing in my chest but a mess of bad news. A 7-high poker hand, a pawn shop, wedding band, a coffee mug, a bottom shelf blues. If you want to drown your heart in gasoline, you make believe. If you think the good lost cause what you need. If you got a taste for poison with your wine, well, yeah, I guess you can call me sometime. I went to preachers and healers till I wore myself down. I tried pills, I read books, but nothing ever worked out. Ain't a decision, it's a terminal condition. I never feel what they write those songs about. If you want to drown your heart in gasoline, make believe. You think the good lost cause is exactly what you need. If you got a taste for poison with your wine, well then yeah, I guess you can call me sometime. You got eyes to make the devil wanna roll away the snow. My advice is you won't leave well enough alone. But if you want to drown your heart in gasoline, make believe. If you think the good lost cause is exactly what you need. If you got a taste for poison with your wine, well then yeah, I guess you can call me sometime. Hey, those of you who joined in, I know some of you, and I'm psyched to see you here. If you have any requests or any questions you want answered, I recently did a tour where I was singing with and then opening for Emily Saliers from the Indigo Girls, and it was super fun. But one of the things that was fun about it was that Emily invited people to just like shout out questions from the audience. So you're welcome to do that here too. People asked some kind of crazy questions. So ask away. I'm going to play a few more songs from my album More Surplus, and then maybe I'll play some new stuff for you that I'm working on for my next album. I think I might play, so my album tells a story, and that introduced you to the character June, who doesn't think she's going to fall in love. But this next song introduces you to Scott, as he meets June in a bar in San Antonio, and they fall in love. So here we go. It's called Dive Bar Sweetheart. Ash on the carpet, stains on the wall. Everybody's here 'cause they're better off drowning in alcohol. Singing along shoebox, washed in grit and grace. She floated in one Saturday and redeemed the place. My dive-bar sweetheart, my angel and cheap gin. I don't wanna think without a bed, without my dive-bar sweetheart. Trading jokes with the regulars, dancing with the Vietnam vets, lighting the whole place up like a million cigarettes. I die for sweetheart, my angel, well, gin. I don't wanna think what I'd have been without my die-for sweetheart. I swear I saw it happen under the neon glare. The smoke parted and God hung a halo around her hair. I died for sweetheart, my center block girl. I died for sweetheart, my cash only pearl. I died for sweetheart, my angel, well, gin. I don't wanna think what I'd have been without my die-for sweetheart. My die-for sweetheart, without my die-for sweetheart. All right, I'm gonna get to some of your questions. Oh, somebody asked about the album I made with Mary Bragg, because Mary Bragg is my best friend and also an amazing singer and songwriter. And about 2 years ago, we've been writing every week together for about 2 years. And at some point we realized like we also had a really good time when we go places together, and like we had all the elements that make it easy to be in the band with someone. We have kind of like opposite but complementary personalities and perspectives. So anyway, we put together some songs and we're calling ourselves The Reckless Electric, and the album is coming out on March 2nd, and I'm super excited, and Mary is too, and we can't wait for y'all to hear it. So yeah, Amanda, thanks for asking. And Amanda also asked for She's Always There, which is a really good segue to Aaron's question about my favorite song that I've ever written, because I think it's She's Always There. I like most of it came to me really fast, and I felt like incredibly proud of the lyrics and the catchiness of the chorus right away, but I knew it still needed work. And then that work took like another 2 years. And during that time, a lot of people like really didn't like the song. I would play it for them and they didn't like it, but I just believed in it. And to this day, I don't know that it's that many people's favorite song, but I'm more proud of it, I think, than anything I've ever written. So I'm gonna go with that one, and I will get to that one, Amanda. So thanks for the questions, y'all. Feel free to ask more if you want. I'm gonna do one that takes place in Iraq, because War Surplus, my album, does tell a story about a veteran and his girlfriend, and you just met both of them if you've been here since the beginning of the stream. And now Scott's deployed to Iraq, and this is a song called about why people join the military. It's called Seemed Like a Good Idea at the Time. Mike got out of school with a rep for raising hell. No one was buying those, and he had nothing else to say. So he turned his life on a dime. Seemed like a good idea at the time. He went down to inquire about being all he could be. And the uniform man gave a verbal guarantee. So he borrowed a pen and he signed the line. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Some people lead charm lives, don't send a check in their bags for nights. They find that every single thing they thought leads them right to the place they want. But they can only let us hear 3,000 miles from a decent beer. All we can say is that it seemed like a good idea at the time. Well, Jimmy worked the fry and later down at Chelsea Piers. When this girl came in to advise him to switch careers, she showed him a test with a clear blue line. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Well, some people lead charm lives, don't send a check in their backs for nights. They find that every single thing they thought leads them right to the place they want. But they can only let us hear 3,000 miles from a decent beer. All we can say is that it seemed like a good idea at the time. Standing around and seeing it back down, spitting out the sand between your teeth, makes a man start to wonder why life dumped him out right here in a Kevlar vest in 100-degree dry heat. Well, I was looking for a little escape from the day-to-day. I had a soft spot in my heart for the USA. I saw that ad like a neon sign. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Well, some people lead charm lives, don't spend a check in their backs for nights. They find that every single thing they thought leads them right to the place they want. But they can only let us hear 3,000 miles from a decent beer. All we can say is that it seemed like a good idea at the time. I think maybe now I'll play She's Always There. And I promised people that I would introduce my new dog during this. He's asleep, which is like kind of awesome when that happens. Well, I don't know. Are you asleep, Hirsch? He's not quite asleep. So I'll bring him up. This is Herschel. You want to say hi, Herschel? Here he is. He's so cute, especially when he's sleepy like this, because when he's not sleepy, he can sometimes be a little crazy, but he's super cute. Look at the people, Herschel. He's like, what are you doing to me? Hirsch. Yeah, this other one is Pearl over here. I've had her for 10 years. She's dealing with it okay. They're playing together a lot. And right now they're sleeping right next to each other, like they actually enjoy each other's company, so that's nice. Yeah, so that's Herschel. He's a good dog. He's just a little nutty. You can't tell now. All right, She's Always There. So we're skipping ahead in the story to the very end, basically. So the part I'm skipping over, Scott returns from Iraq with post-traumatic stress disorder, and he and June split up. And this is that song that I said it took me about 2 years to actually finish it. It was really easy to start, and then I got stuck. And I got unstuck because all of a sudden I realized it was a love song. And actually, I want to say, the person who made me realize that, I played it at a songwriting program I was at, and I said, like, I can't figure out what to do in the chorus. And this amazing woman, Laurie White, who's a songwriter and an artist and just like a phenomenal mentor to so many people, she said, well, you need to think about, because the song's about alcohol, she's like, you need to think about how he feels about the alcohol. And I thought about that for a few months, and I realized it was a love song, and that's why I was having trouble, because I hadn't written too many love songs. And I mentioned Laurie in part because she's really sick right now, and she actually just went into hospice care. And she's done so much for so many songwriters in Nashville, especially me. I don't know if War Surplus would exist without her, because she was so encouraging right at the beginning when I got the idea to do this. So if you Google Laurie White cancer, you can find a GoFundMe page where you can either read more about Laurie and how rad she is, or donate to her family if you want. But anyway, so Laurie, this one's for you for helping me finish it. It's called She's Always There. Cigarettes and alcohol. Without them, I wonder if I'd have friends at all. I tried prayer, I tried song, but the feel of them things in my mouth is always wrong. And there's no place in the world I'd rather be than right here with my whiskey in easy reach. I'm not what I was, but she don't care. That bottle, she's always there. There once was a girl who loved me best, but I won't bore you in any way, you know the rest. You won't see me cry about the cards I've drawn, 'cause by the grace of wild turkey I go on. And there's no place in the world I'd rather be than right here with my whiskey in easy reach. I'm not what I was, but she don't care. That bottle, she's always there. But sometimes you gotta wonder if it's even worth the fight, when the best you feel is 2 beers into a night. And there's no place in the world I'd rather be than right here with my whiskey in easy reach. I'm not what I was, but she don't care. That bottle, and there's no friend on this earth who's got my back like the first cold beer in the 6-pack. I got nothing to give, but she don't care. That bottle, she's always there. Yeah, she's always there. Thanks for the hellos to Herschel and Pearl. I can tell they appreciate it. Look, he picked his head up. He knows his name. That's big progress, because that's only been his name for like a month and a half. He's pretty smart. Yeah, you are. I'm talking about you. Well, thank you guys so much. I would love to play Idaho. I love Idaho. I did the Lewis and Clark Trail many years ago, and Idaho was one of the most beautiful parts of that trail. So that would be amazing if I could get out there. So hopefully I'll be able to do it someday. Let me play you a new one that I'm working on for my next album. So I've been talking to people who sell a paper here in Nashville called The Contributor. It's what's called a street paper, which means it's sold by people who are homeless or who are formerly homeless. And the paper in Nashville is one of the best street papers in the world, both in terms of the quality of the paper, which is awesome, and their success in getting people into housing and other sort of long-term solutions to homelessness. It's a micro business for people, so they buy the paper for $0.25, they sell it for $2, and everything else they can, the hours they're going to sell, where they're going to sell, all that they can work out their own, just like any business owner. So it's pretty cool, and it takes particularly sort of tough and motivated person to do that, because most of the people don't have cars, so they end up on the bus for like 2 or 3 hours a day to get to where they sell and back, and all kinds of weather, and they have to be there on days when they're not selling much, because consistency is important. So anyway, I've just been really struck by how incredible this group of people are, and I've been interviewing them and writing some songs based on their stories. So this is one that's based on the story of a man named Albert, who had been living in a hotel with his wife. Together they had managed to get enough money to be living in a hotel. But then she died about a year ago, and since then he's been back out on the street. So this is my song for Albert. It's called Dabbs Avenue. I killed time today down along Dabbs Avenue. I stood there with my skeleton, drowning in memories of you. Well, if time is just a dancer, twirling farther and farther away, then today I was a dancer too. I caught my reflection down along Dabbs Avenue. There was dust on all of my edges and cobwebs on my shoes. Well, the sidewalk wore a shadow that might have been your dress, but I guess I've been a shadow too. Oh, I made peace with this life of mine, where you never cross my mind. You just hang there all the time. Thought I saw you haunting a bench down along Dabbs Avenue, with a halo of leaves around your ankle and a new switchblade tattoo. Well, if you're off to heaven or the Oblivion Motel, this place is hell without you. Oh, I made peace with this life of mine, where you never cross my mind. You just hang there all the time. Oh, along Dabbs Avenue, all the crows appear on cue, and wasting away is easy to do. Thanks, y'all. So I think I'm going to end it here unless anyone has any more questions or requests. It's so nice of you guys to join me, and I'm so grateful to Scenes for having me. You should check out their stuff. They do lots of cool reviews of media and other things at scenesmedia.com. And you can find out more about me on my Facebook page, which is This is Becky W., or on my website, beckywarren.com. And thanks, y'all, so much for tuning in. One of my dogs was just growling, but that was nothing to do with y'all, I'm sure. If they could see you, they would be, turning over for belly rubs and things. Anyway, thanks, y'all, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.